how should we think about protein and satiety signals? And are animal sources of protein indeed more bioavailable? That's a tricky word. For sake of muscle building, but also for sake of somebody who just would like to lose body fat. They don't want to lose muscle and they'd like to bring their weight down a few pounds.
Of the macronutrients, protein is definitely the biggest lever that you can pull, because even if, it doesn't take a ton of protein to get a lot of the muscle building benefits. I mean, I think the benefits really start to plateau out around 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. There's some evidence that maybe even up to like 2.4 or 2.8 grams per kilo may give like a little bit more benefit. I think it probably looks something like an asymptote in terms of a curve where as you put more into the system, you always get a little bit more, but it just gets to the point where it's so infinitesimally small benefit that it's, for all intensive purposes, no benefit.
But you mentioned 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Would you consider that a threshold that most people should try and achieve daily?
I see very few downsides to hitting that. So protein is the biggest lever. I would shoot for 1.6, grams per kilogram. If you can do more, great. There doesn't seem to be really downsides to it, even like up to very high levels of protein. Jose Antonio did a study that was a year-long randomized control trial. And again, it's just 1 year, but they were looking at all sorts of different biomarkers. And basically, even up to like 4 grams per kilogram of protein, they couldn't really find any negative health outcomes from it. Other than people were just so satiated, they ended up eating less calories.
So eating 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight might sound like a lot of protein for some people. Maybe not people on the carnivore diet.
Eat up, guys! None of this animal goes to waste.
But for the average person, it could sound like a lot. But when you convert it out to calories, it's actually not that much. So what does 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight look like?
Check that out. Look at that baby right there. Does that look good or what?
I wish. I'll use myself as an example. I weigh 190 pounds. So when you convert that to kilograms, it's about 86 kilograms. So then you take the 86 kilograms and you multiply it by 1.6 grams of protein, and that's gonna give you 137 grams of protein.
That's rad.
When you convert 137 grams of protein to calories, it comes out to 550 calories. That's not that many calories when you eat around 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day. So what would eating 137 grams of protein look like for me in one day?
The DPMs are off the hook. I mean, what if he eats 75? What if he eats 80? What if he hits that number, right?
Not exactly, but close. My first meal would include 4 eggs and a half a cup of almonds, and that adds up to 38 grams of protein. My second meal would be 6 ounces of ahi tuna and a half a cup of black beans, and that adds up to 50 grams of protein. My last meal would include an 8-ounce chicken breast, and that's a little over 52 grams of protein. All those foods add up to about 140 grams of protein. That's not the only food that I would eat throughout the day, but those are the protein-heavy foods that I usually rely on in order to get my adequate amount of protein in for the day. I highly recommend calculating the amount of protein that you think you need in a day, because this is going to allow you to choose foods to help you reach that goal. Get after it.